What's up, YouTube? So I'm back with another video today. If you're new to my channel, thank you for tuning in for the first time, and if you're back, welcome back. As you can see by the title, I'm here to talk to y'all about what my experience was like and what I think about the lifestyle in college versus the lifestyle in the military for me in the Army. Yes, the two have a lot of similarities, but at the same time, the two are very different. What you would expect to like and enjoy or experience with one path, you actually wouldn't like that if you were to go this route. So what I thought I liked in college or hated at that time, now that I'm in the military, I missed that about college. Or vice versa, now that I'm in the military, the things that I think that I hate about the military, I would have loved in college. So now I'm just trying to put it together for those of you who are watching me, and maybe right now you're leaving out of high school and you're thinking about going to the military or college next, or you're currently in college. Are you thinking about starting ROTC? Are you thinking about dropping out and going to the military? I don't suggest that. Or if you're like me, it's after college, you've graduated, and now you're trying to plan out your next step, and you are thinking about whether or not you want to go on to a graduate level or do you want to try out the military. I want to discuss it all, y'all, give y'all some viewpoints and just some things that I've experienced in my past with college and what I experience now, and which lifestyle do I prefer living, y'all. Like, would I rather go back to that time period, or do I enjoy this time period? I do want to talk about it, y'all, but make sure you like the video. Once again, make sure you are subscribed so that way you can be notified every single time that I post, and make sure you turn on your post notification bell. And without further ado, we're gonna get right into the video. Okay, y'all, so I do want to just give you a little background information on me, about where I came from and how I got to this point right now. So I did graduate from high school in Memphis, Tennessee in the year of 2015 and graduated in May 2019 from Middle Tennessee State University in the city of Murfreesboro, which is near Nashville, Tennessee. So let's talk about my thoughts about college when I went to college, right? I was the high school student. I didn't really know much about college. All I knew is it was about to be a lot of stuff I didn't feel like doing at the time. My mom, which is who I was living with, she was telling me, oh girl, you going to college, you don't have no choice. I'm filling out your FAFSA, doing whatever I gotta do, taking out these student loans, you going to college. Now I don't like that that's the way we did things to make us go to college, but of course it gets done, you graduated, you know, blah blah blah. Now you finally go on to figure out ways to make money so you can pay your student loans back, even though you never originally even took them out in the first place. But anywho, that's besides the point. So I end up going on to college. Of course, I've always been studious. I've always liked learning, but I didn't really necessarily feel like doing it again after college, you know, but I also did not think of wanting to go to the Army. It wasn't until the year 2018 towards 2019 when I was about to graduate that I finally started thinking about the Army, right? And if you want to hear the full-blown story, if you have not heard it yet, I will link it right here, so that way you can go and watch the video where I talked about why I decided to join the Army. But that is not what this video was about. So what put me in a mind state to want to even go to the Army in general, or what I thought the Army was going to be like, since we're talking about lifestyle, was I had an idea of the Army being just badass people. You know, everybody I knew in the military looked like they had it going on, looked like they had money, looked like they were on their ish. You know, it looked like they took care of business. And for me, I thought it wouldn't be too different from college. But with the military, I knew that I would have a steady paycheck, then be a broke college student. So that's gonna lead me into just kind of comparing what my lifestyle was like in college. If it's similar to you that's watching it, it could be, or it could be completely different. I'm not sure, but this is just how college was at my university and how I looked at that experience as a certain lifestyle. So let's begin with the cons of the lifestyle in college. And the first one, y'all, the very big one, is the broke college student is a real thing. Remember, y'all, going to college, especially right after high school, basically not being old enough or even know how to even get money yet, or not being at the level where your parents are forcing you to get a job because they want you to focus on school. will put you in a bind. So that means you will be having to count on your parents or whoever gives you money to give you money, like I did. It wasn't until sophomore year, y'all, that I finally got some money. But I'm talking about straight up freshman year, coming straight into college, y'all. I was struggling. I barely had money to go to parties. I barely had money to go out to eat and get food and things like that. But my mama and them really didn't think that there was a necessity to have money to go and have fun. They really just wanted me to focus on school for that first year and then the second year to get a job. So that's where I started working at Kroger, working at Steak and Shake, working at Red Lobster, then start picking up warehouse jobs. You know, bouncing around in college trying to figure out which jobs working for me to keep money in my pocket. But eventually I stayed with Red Lobster, where I worked majority of college and I was able to make a good amount of money. So as you can imagine, y'all, me having to focus on working while I was in college after my freshman year put me in a bind. And I think that that puts most college students in a bind, because now you're having to pick and choose what you're going to give your attention to. So now it's either you're going to be making money and studying but not having no social life, or you're going to be having a social life and working but now you neglecting your grades. Or are you going to be focusing on just school and now you're not working and you don't have no money to go and have fun? So it's a balance that you have to constantly worry about, y'all, that I don't have to worry about now. Another con of the college lifestyle is, remember, you are paying for this experience, no matter how fun this experience is, and for some people more than others. So whatever you do or don't do could be a waste of your money and your parents' money and your time. Remember, that's gonna be costing money if you didn't go in after the military where they gave you money to go to college with the GI Bill, or if you're in, if whatever way you got a scholarship that paid for school. I'm not really talking about y'all. I'm talking about the ones that had to take out student loans to go to school because you could not pay for it. I'm talking about us, me and you. We couldn't pay for college when we went, so we had to take out loans for it, and now we're in debt because of those loans. The third con, I put up 6 but it's 3. The third con is that you are getting a lot of freedom quickly, and that can easily go wrong, y'all. Like coming out of high school where you're under your parents' roof, you got a curfew, you got all these things and restrictions that you can and cannot do. When you go to college, y'all, that is literally no more. You can do whatever you want, and if you don't use that whatever you want time right, then that freedom can backfire. Like, I come from the background that I do, and so some of the things that I've experienced and seen are not positive about what happens to people that use their freedom wrong, y'all. Like, I know some people that have gotten killed in college or went to jail in college. You know, we all had our drug dealers and whoever else in college. If you're not smart about it, then it can really turn that from a positive experience into a negative experience and something that you might regret. The fourth con about the lifestyle in college is that you are under a different type of stress, being that you have to worry about failing or dropping out of school every day, y'all. That is something that you can't forget about. Like right now, you're working, you're doing whatever you gotta do, but it's mostly you might be worrying about not getting fired, or if you're in the military, just not going against regs or doing anything to get chaptered out. But in college, you're worrying about learning enough, studying enough, so you can stay in that class or not getting under so much pressure and stress that now you don't even want to do school no more because you're dropping out, and now everything you worked for up until that point, you're gonna like let it go because now you can't do it no more. So the sixth thing that I believe is a con about the lifestyle in college is, like I mentioned at the beginning, is that you're young, you still have a lot of growing to do, a lot of growing in yourself to do. So because of that, you have a lot that you are having to focus on. Like, you don't even know yourself yet, you don't even know what you're trying to do yet with yourself. So because of that, you are in the growing stage, and the army, for the most part, the military, for the most part, forces you to grow up as soon as you get out of basic training. And in college, nobody's truly forcing you to grow up. You're growing up, but you're not growing up in the same way that you're growing up in the military. Because in the military, they're constantly ingraining in you that this is a job that can get you killed, or you need to be killing. Of course, this is very morbid, so that is not the mind state in college. Like, in college, you are having to deal with that, and you barely really even know yourself or what you really want to do, but you're taking classes and got a major that you really don't even want to have for yourself. So now you're constantly thinking about what your passion is, who you really want to be, what you really want to do, if this is even for you, if it's another way to get to the end result you want without taking this path. And that's where you might start leaning into the military, or might lean into just entrepreneurship. And I'm just assuming that you're a young 20-something watching this right now, and you're debating with college overall right now. So I know that you're just in the beginning stages of your life, and at this stage of life, we have a lot to figure out. And while we're trying to figure out, we may do this, we might do that, and sometimes it's not always the best decision. The last con of the college lifestyle is that you could be doing this, you could be going to college and end up missing the opportunity to join the military if you are in school too long or you're a certain age. Whatever the case may be, you know, college could be forever, but the military does have a cutoff point, which is the age, or you know, whatever you might do. If you have any type of background that the army is not willing to take you in, you might get hurt in college, you might have to have some type of surgery or anything that might go on during that time that will disqualify you from joining the military. So if you go to college first, you might not ever get a chance to see what the military is like. Or if you're in college thinking about stopping college and going to the military, then you have to do that sooner rather than later, so you can make sure that you're going to be qualified to join when you want to. Now, moving on to the pros of the college lifestyle. This next point might be a pro to you, or it might be a con to you, but I think it kind of falls in both, and that is you hold yourself accountable. Remember, I'm comparing the military lifestyle with the college lifestyle because I know that it's similar and in ways it's different, and you are trying to figure out which one would you prefer to live. So thinking about holding so much responsibility could worry you coming straight out of high school or still being young and not really having to be forced to take on that amount of responsibility yet. But with that comes a sense of freedom, and with that comes a sense of power, in that you control your outcome, that you control your life. Nobody can make you get up for class, nobody can make you show up for class, and nobody can make you show up and be a good student. You are doing all that by yourself and because you want to. So when you get that A, when you show up for class, even though you knew you were out all night partying, doing whatever you got to do, and you still showed up, still read the lessons, still read the chapters, you did all that because you wanted to. And with that responsibility came you feeling empowered. Another pro that I loved about college is that your only job, unless you're working, unless you have other obligations, is that your main goal in college is just to show up and pass. You literally only have one major responsibility. All that other stuff really doesn't matter. It's only extra, and it's only what you want to include in that one big responsibility. You are a college student that is here to get your degree, to pass, and to keep moving forward with your life. Another major pro about the college lifestyle is that you can do whatever you want outside of class. Nobody is in college to babysit you. So how extreme, how not extreme, you can do what you want. Nobody is calling for you saying, hey, be here. Why you not here? Why you not there? Do this, do that. Oh no, you were supposed to turn in your paper last night. Why you didn't turn in your paper? Oh, why you going to the gym in between class? Huh? Why you went out to eat in between class and got you a drink? Why you do this? Why you do that? No, nobody is on you, nobody in your ear about why you did anything outside of class. Your professors damn near ain't gonna even be hitting you up outside of class unless you email them. So honestly, truly, nobody is bothering you. Only people that are bothering you damn near is your parents back home just saying you better be in class today. A couple of other things I want to just kind of mesh together is that you don't have any clothes restriction in college. So I can wear this. This is a tank top. I can wear this if I want to class. I can wear some shorts, some leggings. I mean, we wouldn't suggest that you wear pajamas to class, but we've synced it and they don't get turned around. It's basically like church, come as you are type of thing in college. And another big part of that is the campus experience, y'all. This is the best part about college, is that college is centered around you, the student. So it's always activities or things around campus. If you're at a college where you can have the Black experience, it's always the Greek life, and they're having yard parties and all those type of things that really just helps bring in the experience. Another big pro that I loved about the college experience is you don't have to wait. You don't have to have a certain rank or level about yourself to get into an apartment. As soon as you are out of the dorms, your ass is going to an apartment, and usually there's some nice apartments, and you get a chance to see how it feels to live on your own finally. If you're blessed like me to have parents that could afford it, then that's good. But if you are first time able to get your own apartment, that's gonna feel good learning how to do that at such a early stage in your life. And on top of that, you're finally on your own, y'all. That's the biggest thing about college. You're on your own, you're doing your own thing, you're living your life free from the opinions and the suggestions of the people back home. You're basically off and you have started a new life, and it is not as strict as the military, and it is basically you just doing you and getting your education, becoming more smarter as you grow, and honing into your craft, honing into your skills in a specialty that you're trying to get in college. So honestly, y'all, the biggest pro, as you can see about college, is that you are more so honing into you as an individual. But on the side of the military, I don't think that is like that. So I do want to roll into the cons of the military. For me, the army. All right, y'all, so now we're getting into the cons. Y'all know when it comes to me talking about the downsides of the military, I have to get my disclaimers, and I'm only talking about the things that are obviously cons, not ones where I'm like, oh, she bashing the army again, she's showing the army in a negative light. No, I'm talking about the cons first, so that way I can soothe it over with the pros, okay? And of course, the first con of the army is your day is heavily controlled by others. Yes, you'll get a chance to get into a routine of your day, and you'll know for the most part what your day is supposed to be like, but everyone in the military knows as soon as you get up is no telling how your day might change up, what they might ask you to do, what they might tell you, what they might put on your plate. It literally changes by the day, and every day you're like, damn, this is gonna be a good day or a bad day. Like, are they gonna tell me something that's gonna annoy me? Are they gonna annoy me today? It's literally not your day. It's only your day as long as the people above you allow it to be your day. The next con is that you cannot make a move by yourself, especially not a big move. Yeah, you can go grocery shopping, you can go out to eat this weekend, you know, do all the normal stuff, but oh, you think you taking a big trip across the United States this week? No, you're not. How you gonna do that? You gotta let your first son know. You gotta pass it up first off. So you gotta go do a whole form, make sure that you got this done, that done. Is your vision up to date? Is your hearing up to date? Is everything done that we require you to have done as a soldier before you can think about you're going across the United States on a trip? And what goes along with that con that you can't make a move by yourself is that we in the military, we get off by leave. Of course, I know some people call it leave in the civilian world, but it's not the same type of leave. We earn a leave 2.5 days per month. And a lot of people say, oh, y'all got the best type of leave, but our leave is only as good as what we're allowed to take, because you have to plan ahead if you want to take leave. You got to know that there's nothing going on that month, and you got to know for a fact that you're going to have everything, your ducks in a row by that date. And then you also got to keep in mind of, if I do go out of town, I got to keep in the back of my mind that they could call me back to work. They can say they need me to do something that's more important than me being on leave, and your time is not your time. You can't call out sick. You can't say, oh, I don't feel like coming to work today, I'm sorry. Look, find somebody to cover me. They're gonna be like, cover your ass in this work today. You remember how I told you about no clothes restriction in college? Oh, well, the military, you know, it's completely different, because your whole appearance is that of the military. You can't wear your hair like you want to no more. You can't wear your nails like you want to no more. So switching it up, oh, going and get cute, getting lashes, all those type of things, that's not the military look. They want you to be professionally groomed and basically of one unit the entire time that you wear the uniform. So you basically are not your own individual majority of the day, because if you're active duty, majority of your day is at work. Yeah, when you get out of work and you know for a fact you're not going back to work, yeah, you might can throw on a nice wig, you can throw on whatever you want to throw on, but for the most part, that has to come down as soon as you got to throw back on a uniform. Next con is you have more than one responsibility. So like in college, your main goal is to just to go to class and pass and get your degree. No, your goal now, your responsibility now is everything. Your job is to stay in shape, stay up to date on trainings, stay ready to be deployed. Unlike college, being single is now not a good thing. Because when you're single in the military, now, oh, the army is like, oh, let's pick this little bitty one person up and put them in these free barracks. So yes, you might luck up and be like me and be in some nice barracks, or you might be in a majority style of barracks with no kitchen, staying in close living space with the person next to you. Now they're gonna tell you, oh, make sure your room is clean because we have a barracks inspection next week. No, you can't put that in your room. No, you can't have guests past this time. No, you can't do this because we pay for that. You lay your head where we pay for. So now it's no longer your space is your space, because as soon as your NCOs need to come in your room, ransack your room, whatever they gotta do, they can do that, and they really ain't gotta tell nobody, honestly. As a single soldier, you cannot have pets living with you. So the people that have a companion outside of work, they get to go have their little cuddle buddy when they're married and stuff at their family home, living a family life with the white picket fence. Now, yeah, if you get out and you get married, you get kids, yeah, you can finally get that, but you can't get that you just coming as you are. Whereas in college, I got an apartment. I could have a dog there just coming as I am. With the military lifestyle comes being a little bit more lonelier now, because you can't up and just go see your family. You just can't up and go see your friends, because like I mentioned, if you're a single soldier, you're definitely not gonna get the same sense of belonging that a soldier with a family that is up here has. Yes, some people are stationed where their hometown is. Some people are stationed not too far from their home, so they can go back whenever they feel, and it's not really any restrictions or limitations for them. They don't really feel a difference. But I speak for the majority of us that are far away from people that we know and love. Another con, you will be responsible for majority of your progression, because now you're in an official career. This is your career. Whatever you want to do in the military, yes, they're going to be there to help you, but now you're working. Like, you are responsible for making sure you are responsible with your bills and saving your money, budgeting, whatever you have to do so you can keep the lights on with whatever you are paying for. I mean, yeah, if you're in the barracks, you might not have an exact place that you're paying for, but then you start taking on other bills like me, student loans, car notes, all those things that you now have to worry about. You have to make sure you are being smart about how you are progressing in the military, because the lower ranking you stay, the less money you make, and the more you rank up, the more money you make, and that's all depending on you. Another con in the military is that you really have no off days. Yes, you get downtime, but majority of the time you are expected to be and act like a soldier 24/7. You will hear that all day long, as you're never not a soldier. You're a soldier as long as you wear the uniform. Another con is you have no freedom to speak out against or participate in any activities or way of being that will contradict your place in the military. You'll hear that over and over again, that you're not allowed to be radical, a part of any extremity type of groups, because that is going to roll over into reflecting you as a part of this institution, and they are not having that. Even right now, me being on YouTube, it's a lot of things I cannot say, I cannot do, because at any moment somebody that I work with that's above me or anybody can watch my stuff and not like what I said, and they can go and report it, and I can get in trouble. You just don't know how somebody might take what you're doing and feel like that goes against you being a soldier or in the military. Another con, y'all, that people don't think about is if you mess up in the military, the consequences are gonna be bad. The consequences in general are bad depending on what you do, all around the board, right? But in the military, right, they are responsible for you. You are under the military law, which is UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So if you do something that otherwise you might would have got a slap on the wrist in the civilian world or whatever you might have done, no, the military they gonna handle you their own way. Whether that's extra duty, pay restriction, leave restriction, whatever they want to do, they can do it, and it might not be your conventional way of having a consequence taken away from you, because now they own you. They can handle you however they want to handle you. And I just want to say the last con of the military lifestyle compared to the college lifestyle is that if you go to college while you're active duty, you won't get the same experience as a college student that just is in college. Whether you're active duty and you go in the evening time, you go part-time, or you're ROTC, you are not going to experience college the same way because of the standards you're being held to, because now once again, you're a soldier. You have a certain way you're supposed to be or show up in life, and because of that, you're not going to be able to go and be more risky as you would have done or experience a little more of life, YOLO, as you would have just being a college student, because now that's just not who you are. Only you're a whole soldier, and you have to act like a soldier even while you're at school, and most of the times you're at school and still military affiliated even while on campus. So I know I might have scared you with the cons of the military, but you know we got some 5 pros of the military that college experience, college lifestyle just can't beat. And the biggest thing is your expenses, your needs are covered. You're not gonna want for nothing with the lifestyle of the military, because even as reserve, it's something that you can get done, that you have the military in your back pocket, that you know in college you will never be able to get done that easily. And we have clothes, we have food, we have a place to lay our head. So because of that, y'all, you don't have the same stresses as a college student would, and now you're officially feeling stable. You're officially feeling the security that people talk about, because now you really don't gotta want for nothing, y'all. Like, as long as you doing right, you being honorable, you're gonna get all your benefits and everything that they're supposed to hand to you. Another pro, I'm gonna start adding these pros together, is of course now with all that comes stability and a stable paycheck. So while you were in college, you were always thinking about where you're going to work, how much you're going to work, because you can't take away from you being a student. Or you were like me, where I was working towards the end of college, but at the beginning I had to count on my mom and them giving me an allowance, and that's just stressful. And I really hated that, y'all, because I could barely do the things that I wanted to do while in college. Like, I could barely have no fun. But with the military, you got that check coming in, regardless if it's a lot to you, it's coming. Like people tell you, it's coming the 1st and the 15th. Like college, you still have multiple opportunities to meet people, party, have fun, do all the things that you would do in college, as long as you're not getting in no trouble, y'all. So yes, it might not be the same way you partying in college, but for sure, they partying in the military, y'all. Another big pro of the military that you might not have with the college lifestyle is you will be more respected, because the military has rightfully earned their reputation. So as we mentioned, a lot of the things we go through, a lot of people couldn't do, or a lot of people can't even be in our shoes. We're the 1%, right? So because of that, you will, for the most part, earn the respect of family and friends back home, or just everyone on the street, you know. So because of that, you will feel more sense of pride than you might feel as a broke college student or a struggling student that you're trying to get somewhere, because a lot of people believe as you're in the military that you're already somewhere. If you're not somewhere huge, they know you're not doing bad. Like, they know you got a little something going on. So because of that, that'll make you feel good, and that'll make you be like, damn, you know, I get why I do this. You know, I get it now. Another pro is you will also be living on your own. You will also be away from home. So coming into the military after high school is still good for you. You will still get a chance to be on your own, do you, maybe more so than being in college, because now you actually got money. You actually know how to, they're giving you the tools to plan ahead, to be a productive person in society, to know how to be a responsible adult. So now you making moves, you making them investments already. You probably would have never knew what a 401k was or a TSP was in college, but now you already planning for retirement. You got your first car, your first apartment, house, whatever you are able to get done in the military, you're doing that times 10 than what you probably would have been able to do while you were in college and struggling. Another big pro of the military, which of course we know is a different type of pro. You get this pro in college, but it's just different in that you are doing what a majority of people are not doing, and you have experience and training to take out in the civilian world with you that can make you appear more competitive than your peers. That same person that went to school for psychology as you trying to go get that same job as a psychologist after you get out of the military will make you look more appealing than a person that just went and got the psychology job, because now you did this and you got your credentials and you got your degree to be a psychologist. So now can't nobody tell you nothing. You look like this, whereas they look like this because you did a little more than they did. And of course, you know, being at the military is so huge, and so many vets, you're bound to run into more people that are veterans, and they're gonna mess with you. They're gonna give you an opportunity all because they know you have went through similar experiences as they have. Oh, you was in the military? Oh, and you was in the army? Hire her. Hire him. So I know I'm saying some of these pros that kind of run into each other, but I'm just trying to say them separately to make them clear that this is clearly a pro of being a part of this lifestyle, is that you have multiple resources at your fingertips that will help you with anything you want in life in the military. Like literally, I'm in the process of trying to invest, and guess what I go talk to my financial advisor about? My free financial advisor about investing, saving, when I want to go type up another resume, like anything you want, y'all. The military got something in place so you can do it, because you are basically their baby. You're their child. So if you say, hey, I'm putting my time into you, Army, big government, I'm doing what you tell me to do, I'm serving my time honorably, I want to go back to school. So allow things to line up for me to go back to school, and guess what they're gonna say? Send her to the education center, send him to the education center so he can talk to an education advisor, get him some TA, and he can go back to school. They gotta do it because we're serving our time, and they know that and they realize it. So anything you want for the most part and you want to get done, the army, the military has it in place for you to get it. Okay, y'all, so that is the end of the video. As you can see, I just wanted to give you insight about what you might be getting or giving up by choosing one path over the other. As you can see, I talked about the pros and the cons of each side, the similarities, the differences, and to be honest, it really all boils down to preference. What do you want? If it was up to me, would I do college first again, or would I do the military first? And honestly, I would do college first again and then come into the military, because it has made me different. It has made me experience this different. But the only thing that I would do differently, which y'all know, is that I would have not wasted all those years in college, all that time and hard work I put into college, and then come in enlisted. I would come in officer, and I'll make sure that I would have solidified a better path to doing that. So whether it was just continuing with ROTC or just coming straight in as an officer, I would have made sure that I did that. But if you are coming out of high school, and if I was coming out of high school, I would have definitely did the military straight out of high school. So if you're not coming out of high school first, y'all, you might consider doing college first so you can come in higher ranking. But that is it for this video, y'all. I do want to know your thoughts. Make sure you are commenting and engaging with me, y'all, so my channel can continue to grow. Make sure you like the video, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified every single time that I post. And let me know what you're interested in seeing from me next. So once again, thank you for watching. I will see y'all next time.